Rome was still asleep, but the emperor was already awake. Every morning began in silence before the weight of the empire. In silence, he wrote to himself. That's how he kept his mind steady. By morning, the problems arrived: war, hunger, difficult decisions. He didn't rule only from a throne. He marched beside his soldiers. Alone atop the palace, he felt the weight of the world. With his back to the world, he carried all of Rome. Before dawn, Marcus Aurelius faced the heavy silence of the night. It was not comfort that woke him, but absolute duty. Responsibility does not wait, it presses in silence. He knew the day would bring difficult decisions. War, disease, tension, Rome never truly rested.
The men are restless, disease spreads, discipline holds.
Messengers crossed roads carrying urgent news. Their journey was vital to the empire's fate. The empire seemed vast, yet fragile. In the Senate, shadows hid silent ambitions. And yet, he chose discipline. He sat to write before he ruled. He did not write about the outer chaos. He wrote about mastering his own mind. The disciplined mind is the foundation of all achievement. He did not control the fate of the world. He controlled his reaction to events. His face transformed into timeless marble. Discipline began before Rome awakened. The weight was not in the golden crown. It was in the awareness of leading millions. On the frozen northern frontiers, Rome was beginning to lose control. Germanic tribes advanced like a storm that could not be stopped. The legionaries felt that this war would be different. For the first time in decades, the empire truly trembled. But the greatest threat did not come from enemy blades. The Antonine Plague was spreading silent death through the cities. Thousands were dying before ever seeing the enemy. Fear ruled the streets and suffocated Rome. In the palace, urgent decisions had to be made.
The legions must march at dawn. Agreed, we strike now.
He could have ruled protected by marble and luxury. Not everyone believed Rome would survive that war. There were men in the palace who feared the worst. On the frontiers, winter punished both men and hope. Now, the emperor marched beside his soldiers. Every battle left scars on the empire and the soul. The war seemed endless in the northern lands. Even surrounded by chaos, he remained unshaken. Rome was bleeding, yet it refused to fall. Amid the flames, the empire still breathed. Rain fell without mercy. The empire was at war. Men shivered in the cold, but no one stepped back. And among them stood the emperor.
Not above them. Not protected.
He shared the cold. He shared the fear. A true leader walks beside his men. The silence was heavy before the battle.
The Roman standard trembled in the wind, and with it, the fate of Rome.
But he stood firm. Because to lead is to endure first. Mud covered his armor, not his honor. He knew some would not return. And even under the weight of the empire, he did not retreat. Not for glory, but for our people, for our land. This is our duty. But for duty. The empire was watching. If he failed, Rome would fall with him. Because on that field, the emperor was only a man. Rain fell without mercy that cold night, and the entire empire felt the weight of war. But inside the imperial tent, there was a silence heavier than the storm outside. Marcus Aurelius knew his greatest battle was not against enemies, but against himself.
The flanks are breaking, sir. How many lost? The entire left cohort. Send reinforcements now!
Fear whispered, reminding him that thousands of lives depended on his decisions. Doubt tried to creep into his exhausted mind after days without rest. He took a deep breath, seeking control before any word or command. Discipline was his true armor, stronger than any Roman steel. While everyone expected a ruthless leader, he chose something no one could see. He knew losing control would mean losing far more than a battle. Every insult, every betrayal tested his patience. But he answered not with fury, but with reason.
We must strike back now! No. We wait, we plan, we conquer.
At night, while everyone slept, he wrote his thoughts in silence. Those words were his refuge in the middle of war. Because he knew conquering himself was the greatest victory. It was not weakness to feel fear, but to be ruled by it. And it was on that silent night that the emperor won the battle no one could see. He was the most powerful man in Rome, but he could not control fate. The plague arrived in silence. His children fell ill. And he could not save them. An emperor facing the inevitable. War did not wait. While burying friends, now he led men into battle. Pain was constant. The most powerful man in the world fought his greatest war within. At night he wrote, "Not for the world, but for himself." Soon, everything will be forgotten. And so will you. So why continue?
Because virtue is all that remains.
He lost almost everything, except his mind. They say an emperor chooses how he dies. But he did not choose glory. No palace, no crown. Only the sound of the wind. He knew the end was near. E ele não sentiu medo. Only responsibility. He died as he lived.
A soldier, he stands ready as his ancestors did. In the fire's glow, his duty is clear.
But his mind would outlive Rome. Empires fall, but wisdom does not. Empires fall, but ideas survive. Power fades, character remains. A name may be forgotten, but discipline echoes through centuries. Virtue does not die with the body. The question is not how long you live, but what remains after you're gone.